Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today we're going to be continuing our series of comparing SoD and Cataclysm numbers. You guys seem to really enjoy these videos, as well as always nice to see how many healthy raiders that each player base has, and it allows me to do a little, statistical and graphical analysis, which are some skills actually, learned in college instead of just, teaching you guys sort of how to play World of Warcraft and reading some patch notes. But before we get in the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm going to switch it over here to the first chart, and we are going to dive right into this. So I am here with the essentially the Cata numbers, as well as it is the overall classic. It includes classic TBC and Wrath of the Lich King numbers as well. Let's dive right over here to the Cata. So Cata launched right about here. This was the first week with about 209,000 raiders raiding. This right here, this lowly dip, is the end of Wrath, so obviously people aren't going to be doing much raids because usually they close it off for the first week, stuff like that. But it went to 209K, and then it peaked all the way up at 300,000 here, and then it went a little bit further to 317,000, and ever since like the second week of Cata, it has just been a non-stop decline in what people are doing to raid, and as of right now it's hit its all-time low of 114,000 people. The only time we have seen this is ICC levels of attrition, where we were on like week 20 or 30 of ICC. I don't know exactly how long it went, but that's how low these numbers are, and it's very, very concerning to see that so early in Cataclysm. Obviously there's Firelands coming, and there's a lot of hype for Cataclysm, so I wouldn't count it down and out just yet. Firelands will give it a nice boost, but we'll have to see how much Firelands can truly recover. I'll be surprised if it hits even 200,000 again. But it could be there. It didn't really lose. It didn't drop below 200K too long ago, a few weeks back, so not too crazy. But if we look relative to where we started, so this is Classic, and this was TBC launch, this was all of TBC, and this was Wrath launch right here. So if we look at these numbers, like most of Classic, it had 300 to 400,000 people raiding every week. This was Nax, so Nax is the hardest raid, where it really starts to get tough, as well as sort of COVID was ending, so a lot of people were back to work and stuff. So these numbers might be a little inflated because a lot of people were remote working and playing during COVID. So this is where COVID kind of ended in early 2021, and a lot of people were back to work, so those numbers go down a bit. But then we see TBC, where the raid numbers are back up. TBC kind of held 300,000 raiders the entire time for the most part, like between 300 and 400,000, which is really good and healthy to see. And this pointing these out is what really worries me. Then we have Wrath, which was overwhelmingly a success. Wrath is the most popular expansion. Everyone loves Wrath of the Lich King. I don't really know too many people that are like, I hate Wrath. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that. But Wrath had a staggering 626,000 people come back for it, and it maintained about 500k raiders. Right here is TOGC, and then we went into ICC right here, and ICC had about 400,000 people raiding it until, just normal attrition, and it just going down all the way before Cata. But what alarms me here is we're seeing in the expansion fall-offs in the first tier of Cataclysm. So like we usually don't see these dips in numbers until like the final patch has been out for that extended period before the next patch launches, and you see it here with Sunwell, you see it here with Naxxramas, and you see it here with ICC. But we're seeing it already in Cataclysm on the first tier, and that really worries me. And if you're a Cataclysm player, you should be worried as well. But as I said, Firelands is on the way, so maybe Firelands can give you guys that boost and people can keep playing Cataclysm. But Cata really is where, most people who like classic don't count Cata as classic. I think that's the beginning of like the second age of World of Warcraft. That's where they changed the entire world. That's where a lot of stuff is streamlined. You get like transmog, you get your bind on account systems introduced, and it's just where a lot of those things really start to take over the game, and it's not really that classic grindy MMO feel. So anyway, let's go over to SoD, where we have some nice news. And this is important to note that this is the week of September 24th to the 30th. This is not this current week's numbers, and that's important when we talk about SoD here in a moment as well. So SoD, as you can see, Phase 1, it peaked at about 500,000 players. This was Phase 2 launch, this massive fall off right here. We had about 200 to 300,000 people doing Phase 2. Then it fell off here for ST. ST is where it became a 20-man raid, so this is natural to have that kind of fall off. A lot less people are pugging. Then Phase 3 kind of went way longer than Phase 1 and 2 went, and so we had a lot of attrition, and Phase 3 brought us all the way down to 20,000 people raiding, which is the lowest point we have seen. And then we have the Phase 4 revival of Season of Discovery, climbing up to 40k people, and then it went up to about 75,000, and then it peaked around 88,000 players, and then it's just sort of sat at that 80k to 75k mark for all of Phase 4, which is really good. And then here is the Phase 5 launch. However, this only counts the weird dates of the Thursday to Monday launch, so like it's kind of mixed. I'm very, very, very heavily looking forward to next week's numbers, where people are on their raid schedules. We have the Tuesday reset, and people can get their Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, whatever raids that they do in, because Thunder and ZG reset twice. So it would just be really good to see people actually get in here. And now this is very important to mention that this is logged raids, so I'm not sure how they're counting like Thunder and ZG in these, but these are just people that are actually logging their raids and playing it. SoD does have a lot of dad gamers who might just raid and log in and PvP and do a whole bunch of other things that don't require raiding. But I can tell you that the server's been really healthy. There are a lot of people on there. We have 2 to 3 layers every morning here when I'm recording these around 10 a.m. Eastern time. So I love to see that. So I definitely think the mega servers have been an overwhelming success and have brought a lot of people together. I'm really looking forward to those numbers, because this is a new peak. 88,500 is higher. Okay, it's not higher. It's almost as high as our Phase 4 peak. So seeing that on week 1 tells me that we're looking really good. I would love to see this number get over 100k, and I think we might see that next Friday when we do the breakdown for this week, current week's numbers as well. But I'm hopeful for SoD. I think SoD is at a great place, has a core almost 100,000 player base that are rating every week. We can see that this is in-game rating, and it hasn't dropped in its main constant, which is a really good sign. I don't think we'll ever see Phase 2 or Phase 1 or Phase 2 numbers again, but time will tell. I think the only way we get those numbers is if we truly get a new raid or something of that regard. But anyway, I think that WoW is looking pretty good. I'm worried about Cata. I'm optimistic about SoD, because I think we're just going to keep seeing it go up. BWL is pretty fun. A lot of people have been worried about Phase 5 because there's really, like, if you were raiding in Phase 4, you can just continue to raid log almost, because there's not too many upgrades from ZG that you need, as well as BWL is fun, but it isn't like you can do it in your full MC gear, right? MC gear was really powerful, and the power gap just isn't that massive. So if people are raiding for gear, it's going to be really concerning. That's my only thing that I'm worried about SoD. But with the mega servers, pugs happening, I think SoD's really healthy, and I'm definitely optimistic about it. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts, opinions. That's the data analysis. I would love to hear what you guys think about this. Definitely drop it down below in the comments. I'd always love reading them and having nice debates with you guys and talking about, you know, the healthiness of World of Warcraft. So anyway, until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.